Okay, so the last part of this assignment is drawing 4 overlapping boxes. And overlapping means you have one thing in front of another. So part of this box is going to be hidden because it's going to look like it's behind another box. So to do that, you're going to pick what box you want to do your overlapping at. So let's say I want to work with this box here. I'm going to make it look like a box is behind this one. So to do that, I'm going to draw my box as usual. I'm going to draw it as if this were not even there. All right, so I'm going to pass through it at one point. All right, so in order to have a box overlapping, it's going to have to cross over your old box. Okay, so that's my top line. Bottom line can be anywhere. I'm going to put it here. Side and side. So just like any other box that we've drawn, we've always started off with the same step. The only difference for this one is now it goes on top of or through another box there. So it's crisscrossing. This is where the overlapping effect is going to happen there. Okay, so now I have these intersecting boxes. Now what I want to do is connect these corners just as though I normally would, right? So this is one of those that's right underneath of my vanishing point. So I'm not going to see the sides of this one. I'm just going to see basically the top. So I'm connecting this. Imagine this box is not even there. I'm just going to go right through it. And then same thing for this side. Connect it to my point. Right? And then I draw the back end. Right? The back end is a straight line across. Okay? So now I have some lines that I have to get rid of, right? I want this cube to be in front, right? So that means all those new lines I drew that go through it, I gotta take them out. So I'm erasing out the lines that go through the top of my cube here, and I'm erasing out the lines that go through the front of my cube here. So I don't need them, and erasing these out is what's going to make this cube look like it's in front. Okay, and then this will allow us to see this one a little bit better, right? So this is my finished cube. Here are my 2 orthogonals that I don't need anymore. So just like the other steps, we erase those out. We're going to erase them out in this as well. So this leaves me with my finished cube. This line got a little bit erased, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this back in. Yoink. Okay, so now it looks like this cube is coming from behind this cube. So I'll show you with one more so you can see the process with another cube. I'm going to do it on this one here because it has, you know, a little more detail in it. So to start, we're going to make our cube or our box. I'll do a rectangle, tall rectangle for this one. Okay, so business as usual. Make sure your lines are straight. So remember, when I draw this box, I'm drawing it right through my old one. So it's almost as if that's not even there. I'm totally ignoring the fact that it exists. I only pay attention to it after I'm done drawing this box here. So remember, we connect our corners to the vanishing point. They all go to that point. We use our orthogonals to do that. So remember, we want to do these lightly because we erase the majority of the orthogonal, right? After orthogonals are in, we close up our box. So for this one, I'm going to repeat the bottom. So I draw a horizontal line across, and I make sure my ruler is really straight to do that. So I'm basically copying this line back here. And I'm going to do the same thing now vertically for the back. So just like this makes a corner, this is also going to make a corner. So I make sure my ruler is straight. Right, here's the end of my corner, so I'm just going to go up to this line here. This is the top of my box. So I know like this can get a little complicated once you have all these lines in here. So I wanted to show you this one because it has, a lot happening. So this is the top. So this line comes from this corner to the point. So I know that it's coming from this box here. That's the top of my box. Is where I would end my line. So I have everything drawn, basically. And just like the first example, I want to now go back and erase the lines that go through my first cube. So I'm going to look at my first cube. Here's the front of my cube. I want to get rid of the lines that are going through it. So no line should cross in the front of your cube. It should just be a solid square or rectangle, whatever shape it is that you drew. Okay, I'm going to look at the bottom of my cube. I'm going to take those lines crossing through it out. And then now I need to look at the side of my cube. So my last one, it only had the top showing, so I didn't have as much to erase. Ones that have, 3 sides, front, side, bottom, or front, side, top, you have to get that third one out as well. Okay, so now it's going to look like this box is behind this box here. And then I would just erase my orthogonals that I don't need. All right. And then for something like this, because you're doing a lot of erasing, you might need to go back in and just use your ruler to like clean up a line that maybe got lost or erased a bit too much or whatever it may be. So you want to make sure you go back in and use your ruler to do that so you can see each of the lines of your boxes. All right, so that was 2. You want to make sure you have 4 overlapping boxes total.